Jake Lankie is one of the most polished arms in the country for the 2023 class. Georgia commit, standing 6'1", 180 pounds, right-handed pitcher, works 88-90 with an efficient fastball that he can place to all quadrants of the zone with intent. But what stands out the most is his slider. Coming in 79-82 is truly a separating pitch with short break and a tight spin. He does well to tunnel it with his fastball and has some late break that makes it truly a swing and miss pitch. He looks every bit the part of a future starter, and the game management and ability to disrupt timing truly stands out at this age.
Welcome in, Jake Lankie, Blessed Trinity class of 2023, member of the Georgia Jackets and a Georgia commit. Jake, good to have you in, and thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you're currently the third-ranked right-handed pitcher in Georgia in the class, 13th in the nation. You've obviously established yourself as one of the top arms in the class. How would you describe yourself on the mound, both in your demeanor and what you bring in terms of the arsenal out there?
I mean, really just a lot of strikes, a lot of command, any pitch. But, I mean, I feel like I've been blessed with good enough defenses to where as long as I throw the ball over the plate, I tend to have great success.
The fastball's into the 90s. You've got feel for four pitches with the change, curveball, and slider. How would you kind of rank those secondary pitches in terms of how effective you think you are with them right now?
Definitely, I'd say my bread and butter as of last summer, at least, was definitely my changeup. I think I threw close to probably 50% changeups in all my outings. I mean, but besides that, you gotta love to throw the ball hard. So fastball, you can put that just about anywhere you want. And then curveball and slider are definitely tied at the bottom, I'd say. As much as I love to watch those run, it's not the same as throwing a good changeup or throwing a third fastball right by someone.
I'm glad you brought up the changeup, because I think in terms of growth as a pitcher comes trusting your stuff, and you've learned to kind of do that to get to the point where you can, pitch backwards against more dangerous hitters and use that changeup more. How kind of did that develop for you, where you got to the point where you felt like you could go backwards against guys and just really, trust what you bring out there?
Really, just a lot of work on it. Place I train at, Full Count, they're big on not just commanding one pitch, but commanding all your pitches. And before the velo comes, you gotta really learn how to throw those wherever you want to be the most effective you can be.
You've obviously committed to Georgia. I mean, it's been over 2 years now, making the announcement in November of 2019. Do you consider yourself a recruiter now? I mean, are you kind of in guys' ears telling them, come over here and join me in Athens in a couple of years?
I can't say I've done that in the past. As of recently, no, not really. I've just been kind of letting them do their thing. But yeah, I mean, my high school teammate, Cooper Milford, I remember being in his ear all summer about going to Georgia, and I finally convinced him to do so.
It gets a little bit more real, right, when you get a little bit closer to that senior year coming up down the road and want these guys to come join you. Obviously, growing up in Georgia, getting a chance to wear that red and black and play in the SEC kind of speaks for itself. But what was it for you about Coach Scott Strickland and that program that was the hook for you wanting to go to the school there?
Really just the way things clicked so fast, just from the first conversation. It felt like he had been coaching me for like the past 5 years or so. And then finally getting to meet them in person and see how they do stuff around the campus, it was just like, it was a no-brainer for me.
I know pitchers don't have to look far for inspiration anymore. I mean, you can go to accounts like Pitching Ninja, look on YouTube, I mean, Driveline, other places. Everybody seems to have some version of pitching tips out there. So obviously, coaches are going to have a big influence on you, but I'm kind of curious, where do you look outside of coaches? Is there anyone in particular? Is it the pros? Is it certain accounts that you go to? Where do you kind of pick up on things, extra things in terms of developing as a pitcher?
Yeah, really besides the places that I train at, I'd say mostly social media. Big fan of the way Walker Buehler throws the ball. That man's body just kind of moves on a different level. I mean, watching him pitch is probably what I take in the most when I realize, how far I still have to go in terms of this game.
Do you learn things in terms of demeanor from him? Is it more just staying, consistent in your mechanics, or what is it in particular that you like about Walker that you've tried to translate into your own game?
Yeah, I'd say mechanics 100%. Just the way his body works is is incredible. I mean, he gets his leg probably close to his eyes whenever he's on the mound. But yeah, it's always repeatable. Whenever he throws whatever pitch, it looks like the same pitch is coming. So I mean, he just really tends to do everything right and everything that I want to do.
Yeah, tunneling's everything, right? I mean, once you learn to tunnel, you can take everything to a completely different level. You obviously had a spectacular 2021 on the mound, including at LakePoint Sports, some impressive performances. The 16U National Championship with the Georgia Jackets, you threw a no-hitter in the PBR Classic. When you think about 2021 and all that you were able to do on the mound, what really sticks out to you more than anything?
I'd probably say the no-hitter at the PBR Classic. It was just, I remember that tournament vividly. Day before, a lot of games got canceled due to rain. We were gonna have to win, I think, 6 games to win it all, just on that one day. You know, already short of pitching. Ethan Oakes started off with a perfect game, first bracket play game. I got the quarterfinals. I threw my no-hitter, and then we let Avery Brown go in the semifinals, and he threw a 2-hitter. So I mean, that tournament in general was just awesome. Seeing the guys battle through 6 games like that, great pitching performances when it's really what we were lacking at the time, and still being able to pull through and get that tournament win was really big for us. It really turned around our summer for sure.
About the only thing that didn't go your way on the baseball field in 2021 was on the Georgia Class 4A tournament. Blessed Trinity goes out in the second round of St. Pius X. How much conversation has there been among the Titans as you guys look to 2022 in trying to change that?
I mean, yeah, it's still a touchy subject for a lot of us. You know, losing a game we felt like we definitely should have, and I can tell you that we definitely haven't forgotten about that. You know, that's going to be in the back of our minds the entire season this year, and moving forward. And you know, the boys are eager to get back out there. I think we're like a month and a half away. Everyone's really excited. It's starting to get really exciting in the Blessed Trinity building right now.
If we are having this conversation 1 year from now, what is the major thing that you want to see yourself improve on as a pitcher?
Wow, that's tough. I don't know if I've ever been asked that before. I personally want to add one more pitch to my arsenal. I don't know what it is, but as of recently, I just felt like I've really wanted to add one more, whatever it may be. I feel like it would keep me, or help me keep hitters even more off balance than they already are. I feel like, you know, no matter how dominant you are with certain pitches, as long as they know what you can throw and what for, I feel like it becomes predictable in a sense. But adding another pitch, I feel like would just help me keep hitters even more off balance, which is really what I've been able to do these past couple of summers.
Well, I'm gonna stamp by here and push for the knuckle curve. If you can throw a knuckle curve, I think that could be the next addition there to the arsenal for you, and keep really guys off balance with something that has that kind of movement on it. So obviously, Jake, congratulations on a great year. I mean, I'm wishing you nothing but the best in 2022, and thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.